get my gold on the ceiling.
Welcome to the Ryder Kerr Golf Show. Got some good guests on today. We got Cooper Rush, backup quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Ben DiNucci, backup for Denver Broncos. Sean McKeon, tight end for the Dallas Cowboys. And Derek Holland, legendary pitcher for the Texas Rangers for quite a long time. Fun day today. Would love to hear kind of y'all's thoughts about y'all's rounds. I know it's been a while. I mean, for you three, I feel like being a pitcher, it's a little different. But how much in-season play do we get? I know we talked about this a little bit out there, but...
Yeah, I mean, maybe 2-3 times bye week, day off here or there. But, yeah, I try to hit ball. Every year I'm like, I'm going to hit balls once a week, never do it. Yeah. But I try to get out there, 2 or 3 times in 6 months. So there's definitely rust for sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I played in the simulator a bunch. Denver, obviously the weather.
Touch closer.
The weather permitting in Denver, you only get, X amount of time each year to play, but the simulator is very different than out here. Hit a few good shots, hit a lot of bad shots, but we had fun. That's all that matters.
Yeah, absolutely. Sean, probably the same story a little bit. You can kind of move that around wherever you want.
Yeah, I played during the bye week once, just to keep the swing going a little bit, and went to a simulator like he said a couple times during the rain these last few weeks. But no, I feel like had some good shots out there, good holes, bad holes. Just got to meet somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, for baseball, it's different. We get to play. I can play probably every day, except for the day that I'm starting. But then when I was a reliever, I was playing every day, even if I was pitching. Yeah. So it didn't matter. You just play in the morning, go back, take a nap, and then go to the game.
Yeah.
So it was pretty easy that way.
Wild. What a concept.
It's what a life that is.
I mean, that's how it is. I try to think of, that's the thing I want to compare with baseball and football is the video side of it. Mm-hmm. I'm just watching hitters watch their hand placements, where they're staying in the box, certain situations, how I'm going to attack them. Football, it's a little bit different. They're watching more defense, as far as I know. You guys are going to tell me better than that. But there's a little bit, in my opinion, probably less video when it comes to the baseball side versus football. Yeah. So I get more time that way.
And I love that you said that because, NFL guys, it's a lot of video. We're watching tons of film. And whenever we first got to the range, I'd filmed one of DiNucci's first swings and then showed it to him. And then afterwards, it's like, oh, well, shit. I watch video during football, but I've never watched really my swing on video a whole lot. And so it's like being able to take those parallels, like if we are trying to progress, it's like, we kind of need some film time with golf to see where you're at so you can visually see it, but then kind of learn what that feel is to be able to take that forward. But one of the things that I thought is always interesting, especially after COVID, but you look at almost any professional sport, everybody plays golf. I kind of want to know why. I want to know what y'all's drive is for golf, and what is it about golf that makes you want to get in it so much?
It's the mental game. It's you versus yourself.
Yeah.
In baseball, it's just I got teamwork. Me and my catcher, we got to study and go on the same page. Golf, there is no. It's just me. If I screw up, it's on me. It's not on anything else or whatever. Not to make an excuse for the catchers and stuff, but it's. To me, it's just something that you like to challenge yourself every day to get better. It's the mental game, and it helps me once I get out on the mound to converse with myself and how to get through certain situations and stuff.
So some of those things you find mentally out on the golf course, you're able to take to baseball.
Well, in baseball, if you show your emotions, you already look like you're defeated.
Yeah.
In golf, it's the same thing. You can't get upset. You can't get too high. You can't get too low. You got to stay neutral. Same thing with pitching. I don't want to give anything away. So if I miss a spot in pitching, you're not going to know that I missed it. I'm going to treat it like I nailed it. Mm-hmm. I got exactly what I wanted out of it. Golf, it's, to me, I feel like it's that same thing. I got to keep that emotion because as soon as I get pissed off at something, the wheels just fall off, at least for that hole. And then you got to regather yourself.
Well, especially when you put it on camera, as long as it looks like you hit a good shot, you probably hit a good shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you'll never know. You can edit that out.
Yeah. What about y'all?
Yeah, like you said, it's a competitive thing. It's something you can do till you're 75 years old too. It's cool. So it's something you want to be good at. When you're outdoors, you're with friends. It's just a cool way to live. And then it's never ending process. There's pros that change their swing. They're top of the money list, changing swings. It's just something that's never ending that I find intriguing and fun, and I'm obsessed with it.
Absolutely.
I think it's one of those things where you kind of just get out there and it's it seems like it should be so easy, right? But in theory, you get out there and you swing a club. These guys on TV make it look so easy. It's they make everything look like it's a perfect lie just from the middle of the fairway, and then they're swinging effortlessly just placing the ball wherever they want. And then you get out there, it's like I think all of us are good in our respective sports, but golf's like the equalizer almost. Like when we get out there, we're like, all right, like there's something like, hey, I want to beat my buddies in golf, right?
Right.
Like, they can have whatever they want, but when I step out there, like me and Sean today, I'm like, I could care less what I shoot. As long as I shoot one shot better than him, that's all that really matters.
Yeah, one shot better than them. It's kind of how the race was. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I started in college just playing with my buddies, and that's definitely the reason I go is to beat my friends. So definitely enjoyed beating Ben today, by the way.
Comeback's always a good time. Big comeback win too, right?
Oh yeah.
But no, I mean,
Didn't have my own clubs.
I just love like Derek talked about competing with yourself and always trying to get better. And I just hate sucking at something. So like when I played golf and was shooting in the hundreds, I was like, there's no way. Like I need to get this down and be able to compete. So I think we're all just competitive guys, and that's kind of in our nature.
Yeah, 100%.
Before you say it, though, there's one thing. You're the quarterback, so I got to ask this, too, because it's for baseball, I can spin it a certain way. Football, he can spin it a certain way, too. Golf, we can't spin it like they do. Like, at least you might be able to. I know you've got a better approach when it comes to that. But, like, for me, I think about it's funny how we can put the ball however we want, spin it, do all that stuff. But when it comes to golf, I can't tell you if I meant to backspin it or front spin any of that stuff. I just get up there and just whack it and see where it goes.
A little whack fuck going on. See what happens. we had a little bit of that going on today several times. So it's like whenever you guys come out here and like you're looking to get better, like what is it for? Like why we want to get better? I know Derek's playing in some pro-ams and like whatnot, but where does the want to get better come from? Is it just a weekend warrior mentality? Is it to be, everybody talks about Cooper Rush being the scratch golf for the Dallas Cowboys. Even though he might not be, you don't
these
love
guys
that.
got to stop saying that because it's not true.
But it's like, if I am going to go get better, like why? Like what's the purpose that we go out there? We want to get better at golf for?
I think it's cool. Like golf has an actual system to say how good you are and how you can compete with each other through like the handicap system. It's so cool that I can like go out there and play Ben today. And there's a certain number of strokes, and if you play it right, usually it's like a close ass game. It's just so cool to me.
Yeah,
how everyone of different ages and styles and stuff like that can play and compete against each other. And there's a physical number, or actual stat and number that you can see go down as you get better, which is kind of cool. I think that's unique and something you just want to see keep going down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Okay, I would say the one thing that stands out for me, I'm pretty much retired.
Yeah.
So I miss all the competitive stuff, getting out there and competing against teams and all that stuff where, whoever's in the batter's box I'm talking to, like, I don't have that anymore. Like, I don't get to compete like that. So to be able to do it with my friends and stuff out on the course, that you don't lose that competitive edge. And it's like they were saying before, too, you're competing against yourself. You're trying to beat your score every time. Like, he said he got 100. Okay, I got to be better than that. I got to find a way to do it. It's the same thing now every time I go out there is, okay, I shot whatever. I got to beat that this time. So having that competitive side, when you get away from the game, that's what you're going to miss more than anything. You don't have the locker room stuff. You don't have the being on the field in front of, for them, 100,000 people. Like, you don't have that excitement anymore. It's now hopefully somebody standing on their back porch watching you and heckling you or something like that. So,
don't hit my balcony.
yeah, that lady loves me, too. We'll leave her alone, though.
Yeah. Ben?
I think for athletes, the biggest thing, like, there's always a number. Like for quarterbacks, you can say, hey, I want to throw for 3,000 yards in a season. Set goals for yourself, right? So every time I go out there, I'm saying, hey, I want to shoot consistently in the 80s is my goal for like the past year. I've said, hey, every time I go out there, obviously I'm not anywhere close to that. But I think just having goal points and just being able to continually like chip away at something and having something physical that you can actually work towards. Like when I submit my score every time and I see, hundreds in my phone, I'm like, damn, I suck. Like I got to get better, right? And so every time you step out to the range, I'm like, all right, I want to work on something. I want to try to, apply this whenever, I go out there on the first tee and, can I feel that? I think it's fun to just kind of chase that feeling of a good shot and seeing how many times you can kind of like replicate that feeling over 18 holes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, love it. Definitely. And honestly, I like the practice on the range. I like,
it's relaxing, man. I love
it.
it.
I think I took a couple lessons with you and just getting those practice drills to do on the range. And then, like, a huge thing for me was, like, filming it, like, with Ben and just seeing what I'm doing. And then I can compare it to how it should look and, to see what I'm doing. So I think, yeah, honestly, just love practicing on the range and getting better and seeing that progress.
Yeah. So this is kind of like my main question for you guys, because like I said before, like the main thing that I want to work on this year is the mental side of things. Yeah, but like that bounce back thought of like, all right, threw a pick, gave up a homer, whatever. Maybe it's a double bogey. Like, what is it that keeps you in it and that resets it out there? Because I think, I mean, a lot, like it happens a ton even with y'all here. And like, do y'all go back on that in golf? Or is that something that's still kind of separate? But like, what is that thing that kind of gets you back to where you need to be?
I think it translates. Golf teaches us for that job, and that job helps us on the golf course. I think it goes hand in hand. I know it's helped me just over the years. In football, it's different. Like when you're on offense, play by play, there's no time to think.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I just threw that horrible throw, but the next play's coming in your ear already.
Yeah.
You're on the next one. You're in the huddle. You're controlling things. So it's different. Golf, there's more time. It teaches you a lot more. Probably got self-talk a lot better, and it's a good place to practice mental things that you've learned either through coaches or organizations that teach you the mental side of sports. You come out on the golf course and you really get to practice it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think each shot's so independent that it forces you to kind of mentally stay locked in the entire time, right? Like if you have a bad shot in golf, it can be very, very easily magnified. You miss a flat route or an easy throw in football, it's like, all right, it's just 2nd and 10 now instead of, I just hit one out of bounds in golf and now I'm dropping 4. So I think just, having the mental fortitude, that's probably the biggest word I've used in a while, but to just kind of stay locked in over a whole round and just say, hey, like each shot has a life of its own. I got to attack this thing completely separate than the last one in whatever situation. Like I'm dealt out here. Like I got to find a way to overcome it and find out how to, do what I'm trying to do, get the ball in the hole. So
yeah.
For me, it's as I always think of it when I'm out on the field, it's a game of adjustments. So if I make a bad pitch, I can't worry about it. It's kind of like Cooper was saying too. The next thing's already coming, so I got to get ready for that now. So I can't worry about what just happened. So for me, it's about how quick I can forget something.
Yeah.
And then, we always talk about you're one pitch away from greatness, one pitch away from humility. So I'm always thinking that something like that, because it could be that situation or whatever, that I'm one pitch away from doing it. Same thing with golf. It's one shot away from being miraculous. Like today I chipped that one in. So it's like, that changes everything for you. You're going to get the momentum from it, hopefully. But at the same time, I did make the shot. So it's whether it's good or bad, I can't worry about that now. It's over. I got to get ready for the next one. And then, there's always this, in my head, it's this mentality of I can't. Like, I don't want to hear somebody say I can't. It's I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ready to do that. That's how I always look at that when I'm out there on the field is, I haven't done this yet. I'm going to. I'm getting ready to do it right now. Like, I'm attacking. I got to stay on the attack, never get off of that, and then also forget about whatever happened, whether give up an absolute bomb. That's one thing I do like. I will say, I know a lot of people might not like me saying this, but if I give up an absolute moonshot, I'm watching it too.
Yeah.
I want to see where it went, so that way, okay, it's gone. That's it. I can't do anything about it. Now we can go get the next guy.
I love that. And I think if you look at like the greats in golf, it's like going back to baseball too. It's like as soon as you throw that pick, you kind of got some time a little bit. But then when you come out, it's like, all right, well, we're going to figure that out this time. And like with golf, it's always about the next shot, right? So it doesn't matter if I just duffed it. Doesn't matter I just topped it. Like the next time I walk up to this shot, like this is going to be the greatest golf shot that I've ever hit. And it's every shot's a chance for greatness. Every shot's a chance for humility. Yeah, I love that.
That's what's crazy about golf. And these guys do it. They're out there on their own.
Yeah.
Like you play quarterback. It's like 10 other guys are immediately relying on you. You don't have to think about anything else because you got people relying on you and stuff like that. So you just kind of go in a different mode. You're just out there talking to yourself in golf. And I don't know how those guys can do it all the time.
Most recent, Wyndham Clark, really good chance to shoot lower than 59, 57. We also saw it on the Corn Ferry last week, 2 weeks ago. It was shot 58. So it's like, God. Could you imagine being in that kind of flow state though? To where it's like 9. Wyndham beat DiNucci by 8 shots, but DiNucci only played 9. But no, like being in that kind of flow state, like that's got to feel unbelievable. And it's honestly like they don't even know. Like they don't even really know where they're at until I think Wyndham said it was at 10 when he made that bogey, where he was like, "Oh shit! Like I just shot 29 on this side."
I can definitely talk about that, just like getting into flow state, like football-wise. Just like you have those games where you rack up, 3, 4, 5 catches, at tight end, and you're just not even thinking about, like, you don't even know, like, what did I just do? What did I, like, did I just make someone miss? You kind of just black out getting in the, in the flow state, and you're just so locked in on the task you're doing at hand that nothing else matters really. So
Yeah.
I think that's when you get truly like just locked in.
Yeah. Do you guys? I feel like Derek will probably have more that kind of like process during a game to golf, but like that pre-shot routine or like pre-pitch routine. I don't know, as like a quarterback, if you have something that you do during the huddle, like during a play call that kind of gets you reset or something like that. But like that pre-shot routine in golf, it kind of gets you where you need to be. You kind of have your feel swing, you're turning that into your reel. Is there any kind of like pre-pitch, pre-play kind of mentality that you guys go through that you think that you could translate to your game, or in your game, do y'all have a pre-shot routine?
I mean, there's a rhythm to it, I think, for
Yeah.
sure. When you're getting in and out of the huddle, the play calls come in fast. You can feel the rhythm with the play caller. That stuff's real. You complete a few balls. But in terms of like, there's pre-snap cues you can kind of look at every play, but there's no like you said, like a pitcher probably exact
Right.
same routine every time. A golfer exact same routine. We don't get much of that, but there is the rhythm comparison's real. I think you see golfers in a rhythm and QBs getting rhythms the
Yeah.
same way.
Absolutely.
I just think every play in football is so different, especially for
Yeah.
like a quarterback. Your footwork's different every play. You could be under center or in the gun. So, like getting in the rhythm is definitely there, but you're asked to do something different almost every single play.
Yeah.
I would say the routine for quarterbacks is probably the week leading up to or the night before.
Right.
How you're studying the game plan, looking over the blitz reminders or something for the last time. I'd say that if anything, there's more routine to that than when you're actually out there. I said when you're playing, it's probably more just reacting at that point than actually just having a plan. But I would say having a plan and all that is probably the week leading up to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for us as pitchers, we're game planning beforehand. You're visualizing hitters, throwing your bullpens, actually visualizing that team that you're facing. And then once you're out on the mound, though, that's where it's tricky is these guys watch everything you do from your breathing to how you hold the glove because you can tip your pitches. I've done it several times, and it's very frustrating because it's like, well, now what do I do? Like,
Right.
I'm used to, for me, hands on my belt and then go from there. Well, they've got how I'm doing it on my belt, so now I've got to move my hands a little different position or maybe got to open my glove more. And you're breathing, the easiest one to pick up, and you can watch it with a lot of the young guys, their heart rate's going so fast. And for me, I always wear a heart rate monitor because I want to see if I'm going really hard, like my heart rate's climbing real high, then I'm too intense.
Right.
I got to slow myself down. So for me, I got to watch my breathing. Young guys, they breathe hard, and it's always before like a fastball. Because they want to really muscle that thing up because they're young. They don't understand. They're just there to throw the piss out of it
Yeah.
and see what they can do. So you always got to watch your breathing techniques, and it's the way you move your body. There's certain things if maybe you're quicker on your fastball and slower on your off speed, stuff like that. You got to watch. So in my mind, I'm always the same thing every time. So I tell myself, think fastball. No matter what I'm throwing, think fastball. So that way, when I go through my mechanics, I'm throwing it like it's a fastball, and then it just comes out the way I want it to.
Ever had a golf lesson before, right?
Correct.
First lesson on Tuesday.
Monday.
With head instructor Jack Danishman out here. I think as you kind of go through your golf journey, it's like I think that is one of the biggest things that you could bring to the golf course is like, you talk about Tiger. Tiger, when he talks to these young guys, it's like you watch Tiger down the stretch at a major tournament, the biggest thing you'll pick up on is how he breathes and like how he moves and like how he does things. And it's like that repetitive nature of doing things over and over again to get you in that comfort kind of zone. All right, it's like whenever it comes to golf, it's like I think you should kind of hone in on that a little bit. I think that would help.
I do.
You
I take
ton.
a breath before every swing,
Yeah.
just so that way everything's out. I'm relaxed. That's kind of the way you go. The only time that in baseball, just to put that into an example, I kind of hold my breath on a changeup.
Yeah,
So that way, like I exhale. That way you can't tell I'm really like out there
Right.
like puffy cheeked, holding my breath. But exhale and then throw the absolute piss out of it, and it slows itself down because you have nothing behind you.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing once I'm golfing. Is I take a quick breath and then I can go.
yeah.
So it's always a breath. If you're really looking at it, I'm going to take a deep breath before I throw every pitch, no matter what.
Well, he's definitely taking a deep breath when he's hitting and they throw a change up because that's not a part of the deal. Yeah. Love it. Would love to hear from you guys. We'll kind of wrap things up here, but dream foursome, and who would it be?
Oh, wow.
That's a good one.
That's a loaded question. Dream foursome.
I think I would go with. You got to put Tiger in there. I just want to see how competitive he is on the. I mean, I know he's competitive as fuck, but I just want to see it in person. And then John Daly
Yeah.
for the vibes, and
We can make that happen.
probably Homa or JT. Just one of those guys that has a beautiful swing. Just pick up some pointers off the Tiger, hopefully.
Homa's tempo is one of the most beautiful swings.
Yeah,
It's unbelievable.
I'm going Shooter McGavin, Michael Jordan,
Ooh. Better bring some money.
Tiger, and Steph Curry.
Okay, yeah, that's solid.
Interesting combo.
That's a good
Yeah.
one. Though. That's good.
I think I'm going to do the first two like he did, Tiger and John Daly. Played with John already, and it's a trip. Be ready to drink, have a good time, that's for sure. But then I would add Ricky Fowler. I got to have him out there, and then I had Phil Mickelson.
Okay,
Yeah, that's Phil.
I'd like to just
That's what I had
see
Phil.
that. I want one lefty out there too.
Yeah.
It always makes it a little bit better.
a little bit better.
That's what I was going Tiger Phil for sure. Obviously their own little rivalry, and just watch them hit miraculous shots. Two guys that can do whatever with the golf ball. I didn't think about Daly. That's a good one though. I'm gonna do that one. And then fourth, someone current. Just watch Dustin Johnson just go rip a few tee shots. It'd be
Yeah.
fun just to.
Yeah, absolutely. I
pound
mean,
him.
him.
I need Minwoo Lee in mine too. I
Ooh,
need to
let
see
him cook.
Yeah.
Are you part of the Minwoo Army? If you're at Waste Management last week, you definitely would have been in a chef hat and a black Lululemon. 100%. That was sick, honestly. I loved seeing that. That tournament was so much fun.
No, I just love how small he is, and he just hits the ball like a fucking piss rocket.
Yeah.
Every time.
All right, so say the dream foursome happens. Would you want to go practice?
Yeah, with you.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Would you want to go practice? Like, if the dream foursome's happening, would you want to go out and hit balls and get ready before?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, thousand a day.
Would you know what you need to go do to get yourself ready for that?
Yep.
Not really, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to start hitting for a month straight just to get ready because I don't want to. You don't want to disappoint. You don't want to be an embarrassment.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to get everything I can to get my driver right. I want to work on chipping. I think I can take care of everything else. I'll be all right with that.
Yep.
I love it. And what I loved most is that you didn't know what you're going to go do when you go practice, which is pretty much every single golfer out there. So after today, we got a ton of videos. We're going to put some practice plans together for you guys. And whether it's like, hey, I got 60 minutes a week, I got 3 hours a week, we're going to build something to where it's like, all right, if you go practice, you're going to know exactly what you need to do to go out and see progression. Because just like the sports that we play, right? Like anything that we're doing, the only reason we're here is because we spent hours and hours and hours getting ready for it. And it's the same thing with golf. Like however much time you want to put into it, it's going to give it back to you because it's the least rewarding sport out there, but it demands that attention. It demands that need and that drive to want to go get better. So the hopes is that people can kind of look at you guys, see what y'all are doing, maybe relate a little bit. And since nobody else knows how to practice on the amateur golfer side, they can kind of look at that and maybe take that to themselves. Hell of a day. Thank you guys so much for coming out. This was awesome. I really appreciate it.
Sure.